Alright everyone, welcome back to Schmattz Outdoors. Just getting ready to go for the morning. As you guys can see, I got my blaze orange on. Today is the start of Minnesota deer season, gun season. A lot of shooting around. I went out and sat but did not see a single deer. But yeah, all around there's some shooting. I think our guys did a little shooting. I don't know if they got any or how many, but yeah. We're going to make it short and sweet here. I'm about an hour and a half later than I normally been, so that means I'm going to get home at least that much later than I have been. So with that in mind, I'm going to apologize right in advance. I am not going to film any muskrat catches for you guys today unless it's something interesting that I want to show you, so we can just get in and out of the sloughs, get the sets remade, keep on moving, chug through the line as fast as I can. I do know I got one raccoon caught already because I drove by a few sets on my way home. So we'll show you all that stuff, the land catches and stuff, but I think we're going to hold off showing you any of the water catches unless I really got something to show you. So yeah, with that in mind, like I said, I think we're going to get out on the line, get going, but yeah, I didn't do anything different with the truck. It's pretty much the status quo of what it has been. Part of the reason why I'm not going to be filming water catches, and we're going to be probably real short on a lot of these, is it's raining right at the moment or sprinkling pretty heavy. It's supposed to be doing that on and off all day, so it's going to be kind of a cruddy day out on the line to begin with. And then with deer season going on, you know, people are out deer hunting. I need to be careful what I'm doing and when I'm doing it. When I'm water trapping, I'm going to take the vest off because I don't want to be dunking it in every stinky, muddy slough, but I'm going to leave the blaze orange stocking cap on. But when I'm not water trapping, if I have a catch someplace, we're going to put the vest on while I'm remaking the sets just to be safe. You know, I'll be close to my truck anyway, or should be, but you just never know. So, all right, with that in mind, we're going to get out on the line. Let's see if we got any more catches for you. Well, that didn't take long. Got to basically, well, not even basically, got to the first spot and we got a catch here. We got old road that's grown over with trees, obviously the crop change. I had a coyote set right up over here. Actually, dang it. So I had a coyote set right up over here. It was set off with nothing in it, and I just pulled the trap. I was going to do it yesterday, and I didn't. And I'm going to show you why I was going to pull it yesterday. I was afraid it was going to get run over. Somebody got close to running it over already this morning or yesterday or something. So you'd see the tire tracks. I figured they stopped literally right here. And my trap was right there. The trap was set off. I should pick this up too. That was my bad. The trap was set off, looked like a deer probably. It was just set off way in here. Really no, it's not disturbed like I had a catch, but this is why I just walked back over here. The trouble is when people are deer hunting here, so right here people come and they drive around this side of this grove and they drive around this side, and I figured somebody is going to drive over the top of that set. And like I said, I was going to pull it yesterday and I didn't do it. So as long as it was set off today, I just left the stake there, just opened my split ring and got the trap peeled off of it. And I do have a catch in my other trap back here, and we're going to actually do the same thing with that one. We're going to leave the stake, but we're going to pull the trap for probably for the next couple days here, at least while the deer season's still going. All right. That old gray fence post, I forget them all the time when I pick up sets. And the only reason why I'm picking it up is I may or may not ever get that set put back out there. You know, like that post was actually staying in somebody's farm field just because I had nowhere else to really hide it. But we'll get down here. So again, it's trees to the north and there's this big tree line runs to the south. See, like right here, you could see somebody drove right down. These tracks weren't here the other day. I just noticed them right now. So who knows when they drove by here, but right over there in my coyote set, that's not a coyote. You can see I'm wearing plastic gloves. I got a little skunk. It don't look very big. Looks like he's got decent white stripes on him if you turn around. But I got a skunk, he's right here. We're gonna get him out of there. And like I said, I'm just gonna open the split ring and I'll leave the stake there for the time being, and I'll pull my gray fence post this time if I remember. But yeah, we're gonna take that trap with me too. More so than anything, I just don't want to be driving down here. Right up over here, the smaller the grove, there's a bigger grove and a smaller grove. There's a couple guys deer hunting in that little grove, and I gotta drive like right by them deer hunting to come down here to check this set. So since it's only going to be just this one set anyway, and it's set off with a catch in it, we're going to go ahead and pull it today. And then like I said, after deer season, we'll put it back out here when it might not be such a nuisance for those guys. So just trying to look out for the hunters. I don't want to be making anybody mad. I don't want them coming down here and monkey with my sets either, you know, because I'm disturbing their deer hunting. So they have never said anything to me. I've drove by them every other year, but we're just gonna be nice this year and we'll get this set out of there. Get this set pulled so I don't have to come down here this year. But all right, I'm gonna shut you off. We'll get him out of here and keep on moving. First stop, we got a catch already, so. Well, it could be just one of those days. I am literally to the very next set. Same thing. I am downwind of him right now, which I don't like. He was sleeping, but there is a skunk right here in my coyote trap. Probably could get a little closer. That other one was a little gun happy. He squirted at me once while I was trying to get him dispatched. He was caught by one front foot and one back foot, so every time he tried to pull away from me, the trap automatically turned him around backwards, pointing right at me. So had a little trouble getting him dispatched, but I got him out of there. The set pulled. Again, we're literally to the very next set, and we got ourselves a second skunk here. Sure hope this is not how the day is gonna go. I got too much chance of rain and too much to do today to be screwing around taking skunks out of every coyote trap. So, because I'm literally 3 sets in and I got a set off trap and 2 skunks. And I already know that I have a raccoon basically a mile and a half down the road where I deer hunt this morning. I got a raccoon. So, all right, again, we don't got a lot of time to fiddle around, so we'll get this guy out of there. This one I'm gonna remake. Yeah, it's what there is. There's a big draw system back here. I haven't really explained that. There's a big draw, goes right through here. There's an excavator here where they've been digging it out, and it goes up for miles off this way. And then just a fence line. This is the quarter line or whatever. This set's produced me some coyotes over the years, some fox over the years, but it's been slow the last couple years. I think it's been just a couple skunks over the last like 3 years. And I hate to say it, but I almost think this idiot he's caught by a back leg too. So the trouble is, whenever they try to pull away from you, it aims him backwards. So he's pointing the trigger right at you. So makes it very interesting to get him dispatched without him getting you. So, all right, with that said, we'll do the best I can, get him out of there, and we'll get the set remade and move on. Like I said, we got a lot to do today. And this is the one I drove by this morning. There is a raccoon. I'm gonna film from up here. I can get a little closer, I guess. I don't know how well you're gonna be able to see him anyway. I don't want to fall off into the depths here, but there's a raccoon right here. Early on, I had a skunk caught back here in a dog proof. Got a raccoon here a few days later, and now I got a pretty decent sized raccoon the way it looks. It's just a big draw, goes up here, you know, it's washes through here in the spring, but once the spring runoff kind of is done, it dries all up. and then it just kind of continues on to into a big block of woods behind me here. So we're gonna get down here, get this guy taken care of, the set remade, and keep moving on. Again, it's gonna be kind of an icky day out here on the line, so we're gonna want to keep going as quick as I can here. All right, guys, we're making pretty good time through the line here. We're pulled up to another catch on my landline. Been catching some muskrats. Catch is probably down a little bit today, even from what yesterday was. I mean, I do have some, but I'm through a good chunk of the water sets. I'm guessing I got 15 or so, 18. I don't know if I quite got 20, but yeah, well, the first 3 sloughs, I think I only had like 4 muskrats after 3 sloughs, and those, you know, that's like 25 sets or something like that, so not good. But yeah, we're back behind this. There's this couple big draws back behind me. We got this fence line here. I got a couple coyote sets up over there in the corner, one right here, and I got one over here on this line. Yesterday I had a great big raccoon in here. This one's quite a bit smaller than the one yesterday, but still a pretty decent raccoon, and he's well furred. Just a little puffball the way it looks. And he's back foot caught just like the one yesterday, and he's been reaching as far as he can reach to try and pull. It's like there, he's reaching as far as he can reach. Oh. All right, we'll back up, Will. Anyway. So yeah, we'll get him out of here, get this set remade. I should have all the loose dirt I need to sift here the way it looks, and we'll keep on moving. Yeah, make a pretty good time through the line. We're you'll probably easily halfway through now, so should still get home at a decent time, hopefully. I mean, we still got a lot of traps to check, so you never know what the line's gonna do. All right, let's get him out of here and keep on moving. All right, everyone, we're not that many sets down, I guess, from where I just had that last raccoon, but got ourselves another catch here. We're back behind the feedlot here. Over here I have a flat set. I've got a raccoon and a coyote in. I actually have a pipe dream set right here that hasn't been messed with. But today we got ourselves a coyote over here. This is the second coyote in this set. Looks like a pretty good sized dog. He's got just a few burrs in his back the way it looks, but otherwise looks to be a pretty decent looking coyote. Yeah, when I pulled up here, he was literally laying as flat as he could get. I'm like, oh, something just doesn't look right. When I looked with the binos, I'm like, oh, I see. And he literally laid tight until, you know, I was like halfway across this before he finally got up and started jumping around. So he thought he was hiding something fierce, but we tricked him. All right, that's about all I got. We're going to get this guy out of there, set remade here the best I can. He's got her tore up pretty good now. The other one tore it up some, but not quite as bad as this guy did. So we'll get him out of here and keep on moving. Well, it was a pretty quick run through the line. Again, I sort of apologize for not filming the muskrat catches for you guys, but there's been a lot of them in the last few videos. I feel like you're probably getting tired of them. I'm getting tired of filming them. And I wanted to make it through the line quick today. Again, I left an hour and a half later than normal. Got still home later than I have been anyway, even though I didn't film any of those catches for you. But I did make some landline catches for you, so you didn't get nothing for a video here. We'll go through the catch here quick, and we're going to start skinning, and maybe, just maybe, I'll get done before dark tonight. There's a slim chance. Probably won't make it, I won't make it out deer hunting tonight, but we'll at least be able to relax a little bit tonight. Hoop it up with the guys a little bit, but all right. So we ended up with the coyote here, one coyote back behind that feedlot. Not really the best furred coyote. He's thick furred, but it's fairly short, but he's got a lot of burrs in him. Like here's one, there's one, there's one. There's 3, 4 right here in the middle of his back. you know, decent color, decent sized coyote. Yeah. The first raccoon of the morning was this guy here, was down in the bottom of that drainage ditch, kind of right by where I actually deer hunted this morning, and good sized raccoon. I caught a couple of small ones out of there early on, or maybe just one small one and a couple skunks out of there, but he's about as full prime as he's going to get, I think, and he's big. He's probably 22 pounder or something. He's a decent sized raccoon. A little bit more on the yellow colored, you know. And then you got this guy here who's beautifully colored, nice and silvery color. If this one had this coloring, he'd really be something. But yeah, this little guy I caught in the same set I had a great big one in yesterday, and I caught a real little one in there today. So, you know, you just never know what you're going to catch. I figured after catching a great big male raccoon in there yesterday that you wouldn't catch another one in there today, but little did I know, bingo bango. Second raccoon in the set in 2 days. I didn't take them out, but I got the 2 skunks that I caught right away this morning in the bag. They're both in the same bag. It was a big bag, and I didn't tie it completely tight the first time, so I'm like, oh crap, we'll just throw them both in there. So there's 2 skunks in that bag there. And then all the catches you guys didn't see. So got the lineup on this side. Yeah, you're looking at like that muskrat there, that's about as big of a muskrat as you're ever going to catch. You know, I got a few real big ones today. And there's some smaller ones, you know, like that guy's not a whopper by any means, but he's still not as small as some have been. And then on this side, we got a pretty decent lineup again. There's a lot of, like all of these here are all probably mediums to maybe extra larges for a few of the bigger ones. Like this one here might be an XL, that one maybe, these couple maybe. And then we got a few bigger ones again on this side. And like I said, you know, like that's about as big a muskrat as you're going to get. He's probably, these couple on the end again are probably 2XLers. So I don't know if you guys counted them already, but there's 10 on that side and I got 16 more on this side. So 26 today again. So yeah, 5, 10, 15, 26. So I believe that was the same number I had yesterday. So decent catch again. As dumb as it sounds, I was hoping a guy would have about 40 today, even though I don't want to be monkeying with 40 of them tonight. I was hoping I'd catch 40 today, because if I would have caught 40 today, I'd have pulled the whole water line tomorrow. Given the rate that I'm catching them at 26 a day, I'm at 260 right now, I think. 255, I think I'm at with this catch. I think that's right. I'll check my number when I get inside. My goal is 301, but there are a few sets that I can leave and keep checking as long as, you know, it doesn't freeze up, you know. I can check them from the road, stand on top of a culvert and pull them, you know, wherever. And I don't need to be wearing waders all day, every day. So, because I've literally been leaving my house wearing waders, and I'm still wearing my waders. So I've been wearing them the entire time for, well, it'd be 8 days straight now. So I don't mind wearing them. They're comfortable enough, but man, I'd like to just be wearing some jeans and a sweatshirt or in my Carhartt or whatever, rather than be wearing this all the time. So plan is 2 days from now, well, if I end up with roughly 25 the next 2 checks, that'll get me over my goal for the year. And get me over the best season I've ever had. And then we're going to pull the water line. So, and again, I'll still probably leave, even if I get over my goal there, I'll still probably leave, you know, a few of those sets, because I'll leave the ones that I got to drive by. Let's put it that way. If I'm already driving by that Sioux and I can stop and just check the culvert when I go by, I'll leave them. If I have to drive out of my way to go check muskrat sets, I'm going to pull them. That's just how it is. And then, you know, you got to think too, I've caught 250 plus muskrats out of the same roughly 15 sloughs. So it's a lot of muskrats out of there. So, you know, if I can get 20 and 20, that would put me at like 295, and then just pick up a few stragglers to get me right to that 301 mark. So I'd be good with that too. So, but yeah, otherwise a pretty decent day on the line. I did pull one float. It was one of the ones that the screw had popped off on the one side. Well, I got there and I had a muskrat caught in that set, in that one, the one that I had wired back onto the pole. Well, I happened to look at the other trap on that same float. Well, here the head of the screw had popped off, so my trap was still set, luckily. But yeah, if I'd have caught something, my trap could have just fell right off. So I ended up just picking up the float. Again, I'm going to pull the whole line in a couple days anyway, so it wasn't really worth monkeying with it. I've been catching a bunch of rats in that same slough anyway. That's where I got the 3 colony traps in the culvert there. So as far as filming water catches for you guys, again, I apologize for not filming them for you. I didn't know what the day was going to be. It sprinkled a little bit on and off today, but it's been way better weather than what they were predicting. They were predicting like up to an inch of rain during the day today, and I mean, we've got not even enough to get the dust down on the road. So an inch of rain today could have really made it crappy out on the line. So I knew I had to get going, and I knew I wanted to get through the line quick to beat an inch of rain. Because even getting to sets with a half an inch of rain would be better than getting there when it's already rained a full inch. So, you know, because these guys are all pretty much clean. That guy's got a little bit of mud on him, but nothing that won't comb out. But yeah, I'd rather have them nice and clean and dry than have them mud balls. So, all right, I think with that said, we're going to get to skinning. We're going to go in and change my clothes and get skinning gear on and come out here and start skinning. And like I said, hopefully be done before dark tonight. It'd be good. It's been a few days since that's happened, so it'd be nice to get done while it's still light outside. And otherwise, again, I appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you out on the line tomorrow.